What's going on, everybody? So you guys kind of caught me. I'm right in the middle of a project, and I had to get started on it. Otherwise, it wasn't going to be ready for the Overland Expo up in Plain this weekend. So I kind of went ahead and jumped, got some of the paneling off and everything. But I wanted to show you guys how I'm setting this thing up. What am I doing? I am installing the Midland MTX 575 GMRS radio in the truck. Now, I was thinking about mounting it under the dash, but there's just not a lot of space. So I've decided, I'm gonna flip the camera around. So flip the camera around. There's a flat spot right in here. You can't really see because of the shadow, but I'm gonna basically drill a hole right there and feed all the wires through for the radio. I'm gonna go ahead and mount it right in here and just run the wires down and run them through that hole and have them. I'm gonna run it down through here, up over there, up through the firewall, and up to the Switch Pro. Should be fun, but I'm gonna get the camera set up so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, and we'll go from there. You guys got a beautiful view of my face. But yeah, I'll show you guys the radio and the parts as I go. Try to clean it up a bit and show you guys. But yeah, let me get you guys set up and we'll go from there. I've already drilled out the hole for the wiring. Stupid reflection. But I'm gonna mount it probably right here. That way I can still use this. It'll be up, won't have stuff packed around it. My only thing is the ventilation in here. I need to keep an eye on it when I use it for the first little bit, see how it works. But I'm gonna run all the wires into here. Radio's gonna mount up like right there, maybe like right there, so that I can pull it out. But yeah, it's up in the air, we'll see. And then I'm gonna run this from in there, probably over to like cut a hole somewhere. I don't know. Might cut a hole in something. I don't know. But run this so that I can have a cable extension somewhere. I might just run it and then stick it through right there. Right there, maybe. I don't know. Stick it in there somewhere. Figure it out. But yep, and get the wiring out of the way first. So I have to bring it. Let's see if I can get it up in here. Through the boot right there.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another ODA install. In today's video, we're installing the Midland MTX 575 GMRS radio. Now, let's talk about the install a little bit. Super easy, super slick. Biggest pain in the butt was just getting the intake out of the way so I could get to my Switch Pro. Real quick, I went with the Switch Pro 9100 8 channel. I feel like I'm going to need the 12 channel just by the way that they're filling up. I'd like to get a power tray too, so that I can mount the terminal, the grounding block, the fuse block, and everything on there, so that it's a lot easier to get to, so I don't have to do this every time I want to add something. But moving on. Install, super easy. Once I got the confidence of doing it, started getting into it more and more, had the right tools. I'd get information from the internet, or I'd talk to the guys at the Overland Truck Store, and things just went smooth from there. It was really easy. I think the most difficult part was getting the wires through the firewall, but all I had to do for there was attach a piece of paracord to a stick, shove the stick through the grommet in the firewall, tape the wires to the piece of paracord, and then pull it through. You guys will see that here in a second. Now, I like the radio. It's a solid little setup. Now, my only mistake when setting this thing up is I put it in the center console, and the radio has an internal speaker, which means when it's in there and it's on and the lid's closed on the center stack, it's kind of muffled. You can still hear it, it's just kind of muffled. So I think a remedy for that is going to be me getting the external speaker and just mounting it under the dashboard. So I want to take a second to talk about why I went with a GMRS radio instead of an FRS radio. Now, FRS stands for Family Radio Service. They get about 2 to 4 watts of power and will get you about a mile of range with an unobstructed view. You don't need a license to operate them. They work really good for just kind of around the camp or communicating in a small line. But the best part is, like I said, you don't need a license. Now, with GMRS, the handhelds in particular, they only get about 5 watts of power, not much more than the FRS radios. But the base stations, like what I have in the truck here, 10 to 15, up to 50 watts of power, meaning I have considerably more range. But the cool part about GMRS radios is that you can encrypt your radio traffic. There's more channels to operate on. There's a lot more functions in them that we can go into when I actually do a breakdown of the radio. They can actually communicate with FRS radios on the lower frequency bands, but they also are repeater compatible. Now, what's a repeater? A repeater is, think of it like a stepping stone in the middle of a creek. If I've got a 10 watt or a 10 mile range on my radio, but I can get it to a repeater, I could potentially double the range of my communications, which is just hands down probably one of the best things that you can do when you're out in the woods. Now, the only downside, and it's not even really a downside to GMRS, is that it requires a license. And that license requires that you be 18 years of age, pay a $35 fee, and not be a representative of a foreign government. Now, if you can meet those criteria, there's really no reason to not go with GMRS. $35 for the capabilities that you get with GMRS, there's really no reason not to do it. There just isn't. There's no test, there's no anything like that. You literally just apply and can get the license if you meet the criteria. And once you get the license, your wife, children, mother, father, uncle can all use GMRS radios on the GMRS service. So there's really no reason to get the FRS radios other than to save a few bucks, which is totally understandable, especially in today's economy.
So I got the mic hold all set up to run the extension wire, and everything's just about set up. A couple more finishing touches and we're good to go. But I wanted to show you guys the hole that's right there, and I cut that out, and I'm gonna fit the extension plug right through there. If I can find where to go. I think I'm gonna run it so that it sits up like that, but I'm just gonna take this guy. Might need to trim a little bit more. I think I got it. Yeah, you know, it's a little crooked, but who cares? It's in, baby. Where did I toss the mic? All right, so Switch Pro. This is actually a necessity. All right, wait. All right, there we go. All right, so I don't have my keys. This is something I really wanted to test out. Was the Switch Pro settings? Gonna run off Bluetooth. All right. Turn the Switch Pro back on. There it goes, loading up, and it's got power. Now I don't have my keys in the truck, so the truck won't turn on. Right, no key detected. We'll hit the switch on the phone and turn it on. And if we look up there, undo you guys from here. We got power. Now, I am not 100%, but isn't there a power button on this guy? There it is. Now, let's see if I can hold them up at the same time. Bam. So now my Switch Pro will turn my radio on and off. And since I don't have the key, I can use my phone and turn it off. That's why I like the Switch Pro.
That's going to wrap this one up, you guys. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section down below. If you like the video, let's give them a thumbs up and a share. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Until the next one, take care, stay safe,